Hello, my name is Josh Trammell. I am a student at Colorado Christian University, and today I would like to talk about the topic that I've chosen for our final paper in constitutional law. The paper is supposed to be a topic that is relevant to constitutional law and why we think that it's important to look at this topic and discuss it. I'd like to talk about the recent, discussion and argument about prayers in school. I know that there have been several cases that looked at schools and how they specifically required students to pray before the day started or to read a Bible verse. These were cases in the 60s. There was one in 61 and one in 62 that I guess forced schools to not allow that to be a requirement. And although I agree with that, uh, mainly because Jesus didn't operate in forcing people to do something, but I think that the recent court cases that have looked at more of how teachers and coaches, if they do, if they pray or read the Bible or talk about their religion in public settings, even places outside of school like sports events, then because of their influence, they're not allowed to talk about these things. And I think personally, I remember when I played soccer, and at the end of every game, I would get with several students, and we would pray before we left the field after the game. And I remember several of my coaches joining in that voluntary prayer. And after reading some of the opinions of the courts lately, then I understand that what they were doing was against several of the decisions that have been made. I think this is relevant with constitutional law because effectively the courts have taken rights away from these teachers and coaches. It's taken away their right to express their religious beliefs. And even though the way that it started out was to prevent, schools and teachers to force a religion onto their students, now it's taken that right away from teachers and coaches. I think it's important to look at it through a biblical worldview because this opposite effect has almost led to, prosecution against Christians because all of this was established to show that Christians were forcing their religion onto people. And so now, uh, if someone decides to pray at school or if someone decides to pray as a graduation speech or any of these kind of public settings, there's several people from the secular world that believe that they can use these decisions in this constitutional law to force them not to do these things. And I think essentially we are taking rights away that are given to us by Constitution. And I'd like to just express that in my paper. Thank you.